Hi everyone, we have already understood the theory related to the estimation of staff cost. Now it is the time to see the Excel sheet, the actual Excel workings for calculating the total cost of the staff associated with your project, which again I'm repeating is one of the most pivotal components of the indirect cost. So what you have to do is, first of all, you have to know that what is the value of your project in lakh rupees or whatever is the unit of measurement. It will be an approximate value, okay, because you are in the tendering stage itself. You cannot take the exact project value. So let us say my project value is 2000 lakh rupees. Then whatever is the norm or policy of your company for the productivity of your staff, after taking some factor into consideration based on the complexity of the job or the nature of the scope of work, you have to find the productivity norm for a project. I'm considering 50 lakh rupees per man month. That means one particular person, suppose you are allocating 100 staff to any particular project, so each staff who is working at that particular site, he has to do the work of 50 lakh rupees per month. That is invoice, or I would say in terms of, it can be in terms of revenue also, or it can be in terms of invoice also, okay. So out of this 2000 lakh rupees, one particular staff will be responsible for doing 50 lakh rupees per man month, per month, okay. So this is called as the productivity. Man months, so how many man months will be required? You have the total project value and you have the productivity in terms of lakh per man month. So by dividing this project value with the productivity, you can get the total number of man months. So I have 40 man months. That means number of man multiplied by number of months is equal to 40. Now I know the duration of my project. It is a 4 months project. So I can calculate the total number of staff that will be required per month. So 40 divided by 4 will give me 10 staff every month. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 will be 40. So 40 man months is coming like this. So every month I'll be requiring 10 staff at my site. So this is just some approximate number. It might be 11 also, it might be 9 also. So usually in the starting, the staff will be less. It might be 9, but towards the peak, like in second and third month, we might have 11 or 12 staff also. But in the towards the fag end of the project, we might have 7 to 8 staff also. So approximately I am taking per month as 10 number of staff. Now what I have to do, I have to identify that what all staff will be required based on designation. Certain staff will be very mandatory at site, like you will have to have one project manager, you will be required to have one safety manager at site, one quality manager at site, then one construction manager at site, accountant, mep engineer at site. So you have to mention the designation of every staff, which is the 10 staff. You have to mention their grades. This will vary from company to company. They have different nomenclatures. In certain companies, they will have in terms of some alphabets, in terms of some numerals, and so on. So for me, A01 is the least in my company, whatever company I'm following. So A01, A02, A03. Then second tier will start, which is B01, B02, B03. Then third tier will start, which is C01, C02, and C03. What happens in certain tenders, there will be some mandates given that your project manager has to have certain qualifications, and regarding the with respect to that qualifications, you cannot find any particular project manager which will be beyond a certain grade. Suppose the tender says my project manager should have 20 years of experience, then definitely your project manager will be in tier 3, in tier C, okay. So you have to mention the grade by reading the tender very carefully, that is the tender asking for certain qualifications or certain grade of the respective staff, then how many numbers of that particular staff will be required. Sometimes what happens, you might be requiring two project managers, two planning managers, or two execution managers, and so on, okay. Then you can mention their role also. Suppose this construction manager is responsible for quality also, he's the in charge of quality also, safety also, and execution also, okay. Inside the construction manager, your quality engineer will be reporting him, safety engineer will be reporting him, execution engineer will be reporting him, and your construction manager will be reporting to project manager. Similarly, your planning manager will also be reporting to your project manager. Okay. Then requirement. See, project manager, planning manager, and construction manager, they will be required throughout the project. This is just a small project for 4 months. So definitely almost all the staff will be required for 4 or 3 months and so on. But if you see MEP engineer, I am only taking for last month because MEP activities are the last activities. Maybe not exactly the last, but more or less towards the fag end only we used to have our MEP works. Like towards the end we usually have external development work, but here I don't think so. External development work might be there. If it is there, that will be catered by execution engineer and construction manager. Okay. Then on that basis, you will calculate the man months. Man months means number of months they will be required multiplied by the total number of staff. So here everywhere it is one staff. So your man months will be solely dependent on the number of months. Okay. So project manager, planning manager will be required for 4 months. This finishes person will be required for 3 months, and your MEP engineer will be required only for 1 month. Then you have to identify the gross salary, total salary including everything, which will be your CTC, cost to company per month. How much? From where you will get this data, you have to check with the human resource department of your company, and they will be giving you the salary with respect to that particular cadre. Okay. So for all the cadres, they will have a certain breakup, which is the rule. But these salaries will not be exactly the same for every staff, because every staff will have different growth. They will have different promotional policies. They'll have their different growth trajectories. But right now you cannot help it, because you cannot ask every staff their salary, because during the tendering stage you don't even know that who will be the project manager, who will be the construction manager. So you will have to follow the guidelines that your HR will give you. Okay. So before moving to this, I'll show you this particular table, which is the salary distribution chart, and source is human resource department. So you will have to mention the grade. Then with respect to grade, they will have certain basic salaries. Then they will have their house rent allowance, okay, which will be some percentage of the basic salary. Then some special allowance might be given depending on the location that your staff will be situated in. Okay. Then provident fund, it will be again dependent on your basic salary. Then some professional tax will be included. Then some insurance policies might be there. Then some rewards or bonuses or appraisal will be added in the salary. Then you have to add all these components to get the total monthly cost, which will be your gross salary. So from this table, I have taken these gross salaries of these respective staff. So if you see project manager is of the grade C01. So whatever is the salary for C01, you can check this particular salary, 123,650. So I have taken that gross salary here. So the respective salaries you can take from this salary distribution chart, and you can multiply this with the total number of man months to get the total cost for that particular staff for the entire project. Okay. By adding the total cost, you can get the final cost of your staff for the complete project. So this is coming somewhere around 32 lakh rupees. Okay. So this is how we estimate. Everything will be dependent on the norms of productivity starting from, and the norms of salary that are being followed in your company. Okay. So this is how we calculate the cost related to the staff. Okay.